Hey kids, welcome back to Let's Play New City. Last episode I got us to 100,000 population, and I figured this episode I'd focus a little bit less on expanding. I mean, we've expanded a fair amount here. Might be nice to just fill out this agricultural area here, just for the sake of my own OCD. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade some roads, we're going to maybe build a technical college, see if we can, just generally expand sort of the services in the city. So I'm just gonna finish up this little agricultural area here. So we can just put another road in here, maybe. No, maybe not. And we need some kind of cross streets for sure. I think that'll do for now. Okay. And yeah, so let's take a look at the road network here. I think we're gonna need some more avenues for sure. We can try and use the upgrade. I know there's like an upgrade if I double click these, do they upgrade? Maybe not. Ah, there we go. Just upgrade these one segment at a time here. Like this one can be, I know that one is already, I think. Yeah. That's weird. There we go. So what is going on here? Question is, can I... Yeah, no, I can't. Okay. I can't really fix these little tiny segments here. Okay. Oh, and then this one here. Did that work? What did that do? Oh, that just upgraded that little segment. Otherwise we'd end up with a... Okay, I see. I have to upgrade the intersections too. Okay. So that works well. Maybe upgrades... here. Okay. I just think we're going to need a higher kind of ratio of avenues to the regular streets. Like this one can meet up here as well, maybe. I don't know what just happened. I guess it just made some weird intersections. Okay. Cool. And I might as well upgrade all this as well. Can I do this just like this? No, it's gonna make a mess, I think. Let's just try it. Just delete it all if it doesn't work. Okay. It's actually not bad doing it in this view. There we are. Looks like we're losing population, which is a bit weird. Because the thing is that it's not so much about the capacity of these roads as like the speed. That's what somewhat concerns me. Okay, I'll leave the rest as it is for now. Now, there was one area where there was a lot of traffic. Actually, these two streets which could sort of turn into boulevards. Maybe at least in the sort of central area here. I don't know why I can't upgrade this. Probably try and use the hotkeys a little bit more. That one kind of turns gray. Sort of suggests to me that I can't. Maybe just over to here where there's lots of traffic. But I think that'll be good for now. Maybe upgrade some more segments later. Just that sort of busy bit, and then maybe this whole thing here would be a good idea. To just sort of preemptively upgrade it. If I can. Close. Yeah, that's not going to work. Of course, I also can't delete this because... yeah, it doesn't like this. Oh, there we are. So, got to find a weird spot here. Something is going on here. Just finish what I'm doing and then I'll go fix that issue afterwards. That was not my intention. Can I downgrade this? There we go. I wanted to do this one here. Okay, well, that did an okay job. There's one street here that I'm gonna try and fix. Yeah, this mess here. Louisiana Boulevard. Oh, but see, it changes names. It's kind of frustrating because it changes names whenever there's one of those weird intersections. Also, I'm getting a lot of the buildings seem to kind of overflow onto the street. God, what a mess. I've got like trees in the street as well. It doesn't. It just seems like there's lots of issues concerning the roads as we've seen repeatedly here. But yeah, so we'll see. Like, it's fairly important for us to be able to upgrade these kind of roads without necessarily creating this kind of unsightly mess. I don't know. Maybe it'll adjust when I unpause. No, doesn't look like it. So I can only hope that maybe these will upgrade later and... I guess we'll see. Of course, it's weird because the high-capacity boulevards have a super high speed limit, whereas the local streets have a super low speed limit, and you'd think that there would be a high-capacity inner-city road that would have a lower speed limit. That's what would make sense. However, right, so let's take a look at our other amenities. Oh, the farms are sort of slowly growing out there. I think we should look at the workforce here. You know what? Education, actually. Education, people with high school diploma. We've got 13,000 out of 100,000, so that's pretty low. Seems like we need more schools. Can we get somewhere here? There's population growth, homeless people. It's interesting, there's homeless people. 25. Workforce. Number of workers with high school diploma. I'm trying to remember where we get the maximum diplomas. Percent with a high school diploma, 13%. Yeah, that's bad. 4% with a bachelor's degree, and 0.29% with a doctorate. Curious, maybe it is in one of the... Oh, get an autosave there. Maybe it's in this guy here. Education. What I'm trying to remember is, I know there's a way we can see what our kind of max high school diploma limit is, and then we can kind of set a goal. Also going to build a technical college too, but small park, ballpark, public pool, and then we've got all these things we haven't even touched yet either. Gotta be in here, right? People with no education, people with high school diploma. Yeah, no, that's just that. budget, activities, government, buildings, workforce, target unemployment rate, total job position, open positions requiring no education. Oh, I know I found this before. This is going to drive me insane. Local economy. Population, education, workforce. God, why am I not seeing this? I know I found it before. Min. Is it just this max number here? No, that's the max on this chart. Okay, those are achievements. Ah, there we are. Okay, I found it. Amenities effect. High school diploma limit 4K. See, I don't quite understand. Maybe people are able to move to the city from other cities that already have a high school education. But yeah, it seems like we need more schools. So let's take a look at our education heat map here. We've got a school there, a school there, a school there, and a school there. Let's put one up here. Okay. And we can put one down here. One here, maybe. And maybe we can sort of double down and put one over here as well. Oh. Interesting. So we've now earned a library. Our high school diploma is 8,000. This is a little bit weird. If anyone understands what this means, it's a little bit. I find it a little bit weird because does that mean that I have to build one school for every 1,000 residents? That seems to be a little bit crazy to me. That doesn't seem right. I feel like there's maybe 100 schools in a city of 1 million people. It seems a little bit off, but maybe that's not it. I guess only a small portion of the population actually is going to school at once, because there's the sort of age groups, so maybe it makes sense to a certain degree. Libraries. Maybe we can build a single library in let's take a look at the most prosperous area. It might be good to sort of reinforce the community in the areas that already have community. Let's just take a look at this, see if we can query it here. Yeah, let's build a library here. Kind of on the main boulevard. Yeah, it's almost as though these roads are like not designed to have stuff built on them. I'm not sure. Has it corrected itself though? Yeah, no, there still is stuff that's like overlapping. It's a bit frustrating. I feel like by upgrading those roads I've kind of ruined the look of my city. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so the library's increased it as well. I've got a little bit of money left. Technical college, 31 million. Not enough to build the technical college though. Let's make some money if we can. Hopefully we're not totally out of cash. And we'll put a technical college kind of in this area as well. $32 million we need. Presumably we'll get more kind of office and industrial demand. Come on. I've been on the Discord chatting with some folks about the game, including Lone Pine. And also watched a great interview from Solid Contents with the developers, so check that video out. YouTube channel called Solid Contents did an interview with Lone Pine, just talking about sort of some of the design choices for the game, and yeah, so very, very interesting stuff. And yeah, it seems like one of the intentions of the developer is to really focus on, like, to not have the player focus so much on the budget. I've been probably focusing a bit too much on the budget. But the idea is that, you know, you essentially perpetually go into debt and keep building things, and the problem you're solving is not balancing your budget. And I think that's good. I think that's actually realistic, because cities in real life do not really operate on a balanced budget. They are basically perpetually taking loans and having credit extended to them, and also getting subsidies and money from state or, you know, national levels of government. So very interesting design in terms of the game. A little bit less focus on, sort of obsessive focus on budgeting, and more focus on solving other problems of a more perhaps social nature. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Education reform. A new report says that our growing school district isn't doing enough to prepare kids for college and beyond. Furious administrators want action. A magnet school and an opportunity school. Interesting. So sort of specialized schools. Interesting. We built our library. High school diploma limit is 17,000. That seems to be a little bit better from my point of view. Let's keep looking at our school, opportunity school, and magnet school. Okay, we can build those soon. We've built a few parks, but it would be good to build some of these as well. Let's take a look at. Let's take a look at our budget here quickly. Income. I'm just gonna look at the kind of out. So we have an income of 50.7 million. Yeah, we're still making tons of money. Just to save up a little bit of money here, and we can always extend the line of credit if we want to. Line of credit is 235 million, which I guess is not really that bad, considering we're making 50 million a year. I must say, it does become tempting to try and, like, anything like this, I think, is inevitably going to push. I mean, I understand that developers trying to take the focus away from you know, balancing the budget. I think it's good, but anything like this, in terms any game mechanic like this, is going to push the player to try and sort of solve it, or, you know, it's just one. Because it's a video game, it just ends up being kind of you know, a puzzle to solve, right? And so it'll be interesting to see how the game evolves and how that aspect of the game evolves. Because even I find myself kind of invariably tempted to try and balance the budget. Yeah, we've got this some nice kind of tier 2 and 3 density, I guess, building up tier 4 density here. What are our zones? I did something weird where I thought that I was zoning mixed use a while back, and I was actually zoning off, like, offices. So I kind of put them in a spot that it actually wasn't really my intention to put them there. I think I should probably build kind of build the city out here and replace some of this agricultural land eventually, but we'll see. Like, in some ways, I feel like this should actually be. Yeah, this should probably just be converted to residential. Why don't we just do that? It's kind of, don't like the look of it already. I want to be able to overwrite this, and I'll just do it like this. I think it's actually going to be much more functional. Like, there's some office development there, but I think the office development, it's better to push it elsewhere. So I'll let some of this rezone to residential. What else have I got going on in this little corner of the map? Oh yeah, just some commercial there. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. Right. Let's keep focusing on the school system. So, Opportunity School, 7 million, Magnet School. So this one increases, I see, this one increases it by 3,000, and education is 1.5% more effective, and it has a density effect as well. Oh, there's a technology score, I didn't even realize that. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at our education map here. Maybe I'll put it in between these two schools here. In between these three schools, right in the middle. That would kind of make sense, right? That's interesting. There's all these different types of schools. Opportunity School. So this is like a gifted program or something. Yeah, see, I'm tempted to not extend our loan periods because I want to see what I can do without doing it. Like you know, I like to kind of do things in video games. I tend to like to do things in sort of a lowest common denominator way, in the sense that I try and keep one variable stable and see how far I can push that variable, and so, you know, you can see here just trying to save up cash flow, 26.5 million. Maybe I can get some, maybe I can get some, a little budget thing going on here so I can have a little bit better sense. Yeah, this is cool. I gotta remember where this is. Okay, let's go to, what's budget here? Oops, not weather. Oh, that's cool. Park spending, total income, dollars per hour. Interesting. So I should be making sort of 500k per hour. Government assets, line of credit. Oh yeah, see, our line of credit's gone right up because that's when I increased the, let's put it to 20 years. I guess the city wasn't founded then. Interesting. Cash flow per hour. There's a big drop there. I don't know what that represents. Cash available. Yeah, as soon as I increased the line of credit there, it just spikes right up. These are all interesting charts to look at. Discretionary costs, government assets. So we've massively increased our assets by building things, and the more we increase our assets, the more. Ooh, out of town on rail. Cool. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. I definitely want to build some rail. Okay, let's build this little opportunity school here. Right there. That's fine. And we'll see what the effect of that is. Maybe some of these, maybe it'll overlap with these schools and they can kind of... Could almost build another school there. Our education capacity is now 20k. Yeah, I wonder whether this limit here is sort of encouraging us to build a more kind of comprehensive school system. I wonder, it looks like the technical college option has disappeared. Maybe there's a limit to the number I can build. Let's put this one over here. It's kind of a gap. Need to get up to 12 million again here. we're going to be waiting for stuff to happen. I mean, our population is slowly going up too. We got a lot of demand for residential. I'm going to fill out this area with residential eventually. Just sort of building a city on a hill type thing. It's interesting. Right, so yeah, let's look at some more ledgers here, or whatever we want to call these. Property tax rate, it hasn't really changed, has it? Eminent domain costs. Parks spending, okay, so we can really get into basically everything we spent there. Transportation, what are macros? Oh, just sort of a macro view of the city, I guess. City bond rate. Retail transactions. Aggregate property values. Creeping right up. Let's take a look at some other, I mean, just make sure we're still actually making money here. Cash flow, yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of these heat maps here. Pollution. Oh yeah, definitely getting lots of pollution around. I think maybe some more industry has built up. But it might be a good idea to place some more parks. So there's a park there and a park there, and I can see that the pollution here, presumably from the traffic, is getting kind of bad. That was my idea of just kind of placing parks where there's pollution. Like where there's particularly bad pollution anyway. I think it looks to me like this pollution is essentially caused by traffic, and this is sort of caused by industry. Let's see what's happened. We've definitely got some more office demand, probably from essentially rezoning some of it here. Yeah, and that's being replaced by... Yeah, and the game is sort of designed to, in a way that you don't really need a huge amount of retail. Like you can see, some of the retail only develops when we get to a certain density, which I find, you know, it's strange in a certain sense, because I find that sure, in most cities you have kind of a main area for retail and offices where it kind of concentrates, but retail also does spread across the city. So, you know, there are commercial strips that are quite long in a lot of cities. So, and then there's also your kind of like corner stores, which would be kind of sprinkled around here. So I would almost like it if the residential zones would simply if corner stores would kind of develop within the residential zones kind of naturally. That's how it works where I live, for example. The basic residential zone is a mixed-use zone that has where you know, heavier forms of commerce are not really. Heavier forms of retail would not really be allowed, but like one unit of the building can be used for sort of a corner store. So they've kind of built in basic neighborhood retail into the kind of basic residential zone. Man, just the viewpoints we can get in this game is really cool. I quite like the graphics in this game. You know, every time I post one of these videos, there's at least one person who says like, "Oh, I don't know if I like the graphics." Which I get, but I really do feel that Cities Skylines and SimCity 5, as it should be called, both of those games focused on creating these kind of lush 3D environments, and this game is kind of taking a step back from that and focusing on, you know, this very, very complex simulation with tons and tons and tons of actors and a huge region, and so, you know, choosing to not focus on very detailed graphics, I think is the right choice for what they're trying to do here. Okay, I think I am going to have to extend this line of credit because it's taking forever. So let's just go up 0.5%, and then we're up to 29 million. And I feel like my strategy thus far has been to extend the line of credit before I increase taxes. And we'll increase taxes if we have a problem with the line of credit, like if we're kind of perpetually overdrawn or something. Alright, so let's build this magnet school over here. We're definitely spreading out some some education. Does seem it seems to take a long time to settle in education, which is good. Right, and then we had a bit more pollution going on here. Oh yeah, we got really bad pollution here. Let's put a park right at this intersection. There we are. And looking at crime, we do have some fairly high levels of crime. Looks like the crime is worst in the densest parts, so we might want to think about a police station. Mayoral mansion. What does the mayoral mansion do? Enhances value in area. Maybe we can find an area that sort of has some lower value, or an area that has very high value that we want to just... Wow. Yeah, I think we should probably actually put it in a fairly central area. Try and get some very high values. Yeah, we've got kind of middling values here, so maybe I'll put it like here. It costs 8 million. Fuck me. Right. Let's just put it there. Okay. How much do these police stations cost? We can only afford one for now. Open the crime map here, and I think the best spot's going to be somewhere like right here on this main street. Okay. Oh, petty fees and fines. So we have a new way of raising money. That's cool. Minimal, modest. Let's go with minimal for now. This is this is very realistic. Most cities, I mean, it depends where you are, but in Europe or in I live in Canada, and there are no cities in Canada that have sales taxes, for example. This is something that you'll see in the United States. Not all cities have them. Most cities in the world derive their funds from property tax and fines and fees. That's basically it. Licensing fees, for example, business licenses, parking fines, fines for any number of sort of bylaw-based fines. Whereas, and sales taxes in where I live in Canada are collected by provinces and the federal government. And that's the case in Europe as well. In fact, I think Europe usually has a kind of harmonized, European countries usually have a kind of harmonized sales tax that is collected at the federal level, I think. This is a substantial amount of money. It looks like the sales tax impact is pretty minimum. Usually what happens with sales tax too is that, in Canada it would be the province, or in the United States it would be the state, collects a lot of sales tax, and usually there are funds that are collected both from income tax and sales tax at the state or federal level. There are funds that are earmarked for basically going, for municipalities. Usually, whether that's like sometimes it'll be they'll be earmarked for urban transportation, or they'll be earmarked for, any number of specific things in cities. Corporate headquarters. Wow, we got a corporate headquarters. New amenity community college. Get an art museum at office tier density value 7. Interesting, and our office demand has just plummeted. Right, so we'll build the community college for sure. We haven't built a jail or a courthouse yet, but I don't think we will for now. Let's go back to education here, community college. It'd be nice if we can get a university. The university works in a really cool way in this game. Let's go back to our education heat map. And again, I'm going to try and build it in an area where I'm reinforcing. Let's look at the query tool here. Yeah, see, I'm only getting an education level of 3 here, so I think I should probably keep concentrating education in this area. See if we can get at least one part of town to be very, very prosperous. How much does this cost? 32 million. Okay, we can afford it. I'm gonna spend the money. There we are. So we've got one opportunity school, one magnet school, a bunch of schools, a single library, and this this community college. Should start to. And our diploma limit's now 33,000. A history museum. Yeah, I will say it does seem like, in a lot of ways, we probably should have been building building these educational amenities earlier, simply because it seems to take time for them to take effect. So we've kind of got a couple generations of poor, uneducated people who make up the majority of our population. But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Again, I wanted to kind of experiment and sort of push the limits. Let's take a look at some of these other guys here. So this is prosperity. So this whole strip here is very, very prosperous. Like maxed out, basically. That's good, right? Now, interestingly, it seems to... Overall, it seems to have not liked the way that I've planned this out here. I'm not sure if that's because... I'm not sure if that's because there's like not good roads leading out to these farms here. Like it might not be a bad idea to maybe extend this guy here. If anything, maybe I should take... I'm really running the budget to its maximum here. Like maybe I should upgrade some of these segments here. Oh. The autosave is really weird. I don't have this game installed on an SSD, which is probably a really bad idea. I need to buy some parts for my computer and upgrade it. I had configured it in such a way where... Oh, it's interesting. Now I can suddenly do these intersections. Well, I guess I'll do it. I configured my computer a while back, and it's a pretty good gaming computer. It's a very fast processor and a very fast, a reasonably good video card. Never had any bottlenecks there, but it's time for me to... I have my games, my Steam library stored on an SSD. That was just a money-saving thing at the time when I bought this computer. The prices of SSDs have gone way down. At the time, it was really, you know, I wanted to get something with at least 1 terabytes for one of the hard drives in the computer, and yeah, so it was not a good option at that time to have it be an SSD. What is going on here? Okay, I don't know if I just made it worse, but yeah, something's weird there, I think. That was... Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep on upgrading stuff here. And maybe this road here should be... not sure. Just gonna do that for now. See if I can create the same level of kind of prosperity in other parts of the city. Where was it? Here. Yeah, I don't seem to be able to get any prosperity going on here. Maybe the fact that I've built education will slowly bring it. Like, you'd think you'd get some in this kind of central area there. What's the zoning? Oh, I haven't brought the commercial zones out there. We'll see. We'll see. Don't really have much demand for them for now. I think I'll fill out this area here with residential. At this point, we are kind of running out of... what have I got here? One-way streets. Oh, I've also got the rail. So what's this? This is bus lines, and this is rail. Yeah, I should really think about transit. but I'm kind of hitting the limits of what I can spend here. Like I'm gonna have to extend my, let's increase our property taxes. Let's increase everything by like 1 tick here. Sales tax. And just leave that where it is. Okay. And let's take a look at our road network here. How should I do this? Put an avenue in here. Yeah. Something's wrong with that. Too many roads? Is that? Too many roads. Yeah, it doesn't seem to like intersections that are larger than a certain size. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I'm gonna have to put it sort of beside it, maybe. It's already, there's a broken connection there of some kind already. Just do it from here. Try and straighten things up a bit. And then we're just gonna do a whole thing of local streets. Looks like I should have enough money to do this whole area. To do at least a little bit of development every episode. All these new services we're providing, I think, what the fuck? There we go. Need to be funded by more expansion. Looks like we've got some issues here. This guy can go out here. Sure does make these long, skinny blocks. Doesn't seem to work to get square blocks. I'm a big fan personally of square blocks in cities. This does not seem to be geared towards square blocks. Of course, rectangular blocks are more frequent in most grid form cities, but it'd be nice to be able to build a square block that would kind of fill out. If I build them, they're just going to be very, very small, right? Let's stop there for now. Take the big brush here. Oh, and we'll just do this. There we go. Kind of expand a big chunk of the city there. Didn't even cost that much money. Road network's looking pretty good. I should probably put another avenue upgrade there. Can I do that, like, without having to click every single node here? Probably shouldn't. Let's press unpause, just slow it down a bit, and I'll just do this while it grows. See, what I'd like to do is just drag over it. It's just so much easier to do it that way than to double click on those little spots and find just the right spot. That's how I feel anyway. There's just a bit too much micromanagement in terms of roads thus far in new cities. In New City. some kind of road auto stitch needs to be developed, I think. Seems to be working. When I do little stretches at once, it doesn't seem, it seems to get really confused when I kind of try and do too long of a road at once. That's when it seems to make a big mess. Okay, like some of these, it seems to be better to just do kind of one block at a time. This could actually be a... That, okay. Looks like it worked. It's getting a little bit more coherent. Yeah, we definitely had a buildup of residential demand. Looking at this thing, anyway. And our budget's looking better. I was basically, oh yeah, I'm getting prosperity here, but is that just because I just built it? Weird. I don't know why the prosperity is so low in this whole area. I mean, I guess there's a concentration of amenities here, but there's no amenities here, so why is there prosperity there? Maybe it's just because people are moving in. Maybe it's a weird byproduct of that. And what do we got here? Land value. Land values seem to be pretty low. Health. Okay, so we have kind of health problems. Oh, there's this farming area, but yeah, it seems like we need another hospital. A few more even. Whoa. Sorry, it caught me in the middle of an autosave there. And so there's a hospital there. Let's build one here. Looks like there's one right there, though. Or a clinic, I mean. I guess it's a clinic we're talking about here. Oh yeah, look at this. There's like pollution smoke. Is that what I'm seeing there? I think so. Let's build a clinic right there. It doesn't seem like there's much point in building a clinic in the middle of a farmed area. Unless I'm reading these heat maps wrong. I hope I'm not. Health. Oh yeah, no, that's correct. Okay. We have kind of lowish health over here as well. So maybe we'll put a clinic there. And maybe one over here too, although don't I have one in this area? Oh no, it's there. Okay. Yeah, so we'll put one, at least one there. See if we can bring up the prosperity by doing that. What's this? Community heat map. So the most community seems to be around, what is this, the technical college? Guess it's because it's got a lot of overlapping services. Yeah. Interesting. Population hasn't gone up all that much this episode, but that's okay. So I've looked at all these heat maps here. Health, traffic. Oh yeah. Definitely got kind of a busy traffic stretch. I hope it's not caused by, yeah, what the hell? I hope it's not caused by like some, you know, problem in the road network, like an intersection not working or something. That would be just the saddest thing. Well, okay. I think we should try and do some transit. For sure. I think there should be bus service along this stretch and along this stretch at the very least. And I gotta tell you guys, I have really not had success with bus services in this game at all. I have really not. So we're gonna try it. Probably gonna be the last thing I do this episode. I'd like to do rail connections to neighboring cities, but that I think will be something for a new episode. But let's. I'm almost tempted to drop a save before I try this because it's. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Just call this. I don't know, temp or something. Excuse me. Right. So let's try and do this. We want put a bus stop. Like I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done it. We have expressways open now as well. Buses, 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 buses. Okay. Add a transit line. Right. So I know that I need buses in sort of both directions. They need to be kind of a loop. Ooh, this is tricky. Very hard to tell what. Okay, Ponce and Chesapeake is what I want, right? Man, Chesapeake and Island. Where's Island? Okay, maybe better if I put it here. An island. Weird. Springfield. Alright, well I'm going to put it here. Okay. Just going to do these every couple blocks. Ponce and... Oh, I can see where the line's going to be drawn. I get it. Okay. I don't know why it's going off to the side there. Antioch and Maine. Yeah, the street name changes, which suggests to me that there's something broken in the kind of connection there. Maine and Louisiana. I guess we need a, one line for each direction, or we can make a loop. It would make sense if it was a loop. Like, but you know what? I'm going to leave it at that and do a separate line in the other direction, maybe. Well, yeah, I think it's a good idea because we can extend this line later, right? Is that it? Have I made it? Okay. So anyway, last time let's put the headway down to 20 minutes. Oops, cancel. Fuck. How do I get my... Put it down to 20 minutes. Okay. Right, and then we'll make a new one that goes in the other direction, I guess. Add transit line. Bus number 2. Right. And now I'm done. No, I'm done. Okay. There we go. Let's just start with the one line and see if it even works. Yeah, I see 0 buses. 1, 2. I'm probably just going to build them, and if they don't work, they don't work. But if they don't work, I won't build any more. Because it's going to drive me absolutely bonkers. But let's just see if we can get that line to work. It's very finicky. It does not seem to be quite ready to go yet, the transit in this game. Okay, this other line here, bus number 2, let's put the headway down to 20 minutes. Oh, there's a night, it's day and night. Okay, yeah, well the nighttime headway can be like 30 minutes. This is like a small town. Okay. Bus 1. I'm just using like the real world values for bus lines, by the way. Yeah, there's no one on these buses. 0 people. Maybe we need another line. Maybe the line won't work if there's like nothing to feed into it. Like a line here and a line there would make sense, right? Let's just do it and see what happens. Buses, 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 add a transit line. I don't know if my stops are too far apart. Or what's going on here, but something's definitely not quite working. It's also hard to see the road network. In this view, I can't tell where my arteries are. Where my major arteries are. So I'm just gonna kind of guess. Every couple blocks. Come on. Oh, that's a crash. Oh, no, it's not a crash. Okay, good. I thought we were crashing for a second there. I was worried. Every time it autosaves, it almost crashes. Try to end the line there. I'll play around with the headways afterwards. Probably just going to cost us a whole fuck ton of money and not actually function. Okay, make me a new transit line. Why is this line extending further? Oh, I see, because it's like the intersection. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like there's like 2 people on that bus. I mean, it is still a small city, but... you'd expect a little bit more people riding the bus than that. Maybe it takes some time. I'm gonna put the lines in place, and I'm gonna wait and see if they eventually pick up. Alright, and that's that. I mean, we've got 2 transit lines meeting here. The smart thing would be to have another line there, but maybe I'll hold off on that one. See if we can get these 2 going. And this white radius here, I wonder whether that's how far people will kind of walk to get to the bus. That's what it seems like anyway. Oops. Yeah, no one is using it, like, categorically. And I don't get it. So, oh, 9 out of 50. What do these zeros mean then? Oh, then there are people on the bus. Oh, there's 1 passenger waiting. I see. Then it picks up the passenger. Maybe someone got off there. This little stubby line here no one seems to be using. I wonder whether it's trying to get me to design the buses in a different way. A lot of suburban communities use these crazy bus loops, very, very inefficient. The best bus systems are generally simple linear lines that follow the grid of the city, because they allow people to fairly easily navigate. I don't know, maybe there's just not enough traffic in this city, but you'd think that... you'd think that a proportion of the population would be poor and that they would not be able to afford a car and they would choose to use the bus instead of a car. Or they would have a car but not want to pay for gas. Like, most transit usage in cities is not a matter of, like, speed, it's a matter of budget. People tend to use transit because they have no choice, in North America anyway. In Europe, it's both cost and also convenience, because it's using a car is a very slow way to get around in a lot of European cities. So I wonder how they've set it up. Is this a situation where I'll only see bus use if I have a lot of traffic? Is it a situation where it's the poor people that will use buses? How is that all designed? I'd be very curious to know. But anyway, it seems as though the answer is, in this city, no one will use the bus. How much is it costing? Transit income. Interesting. But I'm somehow making 130K from transit. And I guess transit construction, like, there's no sort of ongoing, just like the roads, there's no sort of maintenance, mandatory expenses. Education, community services, transit okay, I do have to pay for transit operations. Interesting. There's no road maintenance here, which is an interesting thing. You just build new roads, you don't maintain them. And again, I understand they want to not focus too much on the budget, and I agree with that. But I do wonder whether that makes sense, because in real life, I would say sometimes like 30 or 40% of a city's budget will just be maintaining old infrastructure, filling potholes, replacing water mains, all of that. In fact, many cities that have kind of an infrastructure deficit have been almost unable to build any. Oh, I forgot to put the side streets in here. That's probably why they're not developing very well. I don't know, roads. Okay. Many cities have, are completely unable to build new infrastructure or even consider doing something like building a new subway line or whatever, simply because there's so many commitments, so many outstanding commitments to pay for old infrastructure. So I noticed as well someone mentioned, no, I think it was again in that Lone Pine solid content interview, one of the pieces of advice the developers gave to players is to sort of plan their expressways early, which makes sense because of course you pay a lot of money to expropriate people in this game with the eminent domain. I have kind of purposely not done that. One of the interesting things from my point of view, it's a kind of urban planning major, is the construction of expressways in cities in Europe and especially in North America was an incredibly destructive process. They destroyed whole neighborhoods to build expressways. And I kind of like to mimic that process in these games, where you demolish whole huge areas of inner cities in order to build expressways, especially in inner city areas. They demolished wholesale, like beautiful old neighborhoods, just running through them, all in the interest of just speeding people up in cars as populations were moving to the suburbs in the 50s and 60s especially. It was considered, more important to provide fast transportation for those people who didn't actually live in the city than it was to kind of increase the quality of life of people in the inner city. So, of course, now many cities are actually considering demolishing their inner city expressways because they cause noise and pollution and traffic. And okay, the game is running fairly slowly. I may have to do some computer upgrades if we're going to keep going in this region. I am on like a giant region. I can't, whenever I play these games, I just can't resist picking the largest option. But yeah, I may be hitting some issues in terms of RAM. I need to upgrade the RAM on this computer. I'm going to go from the small amount of RAM that I have right now to 32 gigs. Once again, when I bought this computer, it just wasn't necessary. When I had this computer built, I had it built. It just was not necessary for me to have 32 gigs of RAM, and now with the video editing and everything, it is. Yeah, my frame rate's just going real low. Of course, I could reduce the graphics, but I don't think I'm going to do that for the purpose of these videos. So, we'll see. Yeah, we're definitely having an issue. I can slow it down a bit. Oof. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to fix this. I think we're going to have to end this episode here. I will slow it down for a second because I just wanted to check on that transit line again. But I'm going to have to do some work on my computer in order to keep this series going at this point, because I have a feeling that the city has just gotten to a size where it's taking up too much RAM or something like that, or just, you know, crashing for one reason or another. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I will fix this soon. I may have to take a slight break from this series for a couple weeks until I can upgrade my computer, but it is something that was already in the process of happening. But thanks for watching, and I will make some more New City content very soon. Ciao.